I'm Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
And we're two sisters Southern cooking.
Hey y'all, it's Debbie. I just did 12 hours in procedure rooms at work and I'm kind of tired. It's been a long day. But I promised you that I was going to make this video. So this is the chicken wire egg wreath. It's very simple to make. It's about 15 minutes. I'm going to show you 2 ways to do the chicken wire, and everything else is pretty much standard. So I'm making one for Mom and one for Elsie. They both wanted one, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So follow along. First of all, I want to show you exactly what I'm going to be using. I have several different things here that I have laid out here that is going to make this work. So I have these little 14-inch wreath forms here that I got at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. I got this little sign here for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. Now I am going to put this on the back and I'm going to hot glue it to it, and it's going to, you'll see what I do with it. And this is also the chicken wire ribbon that I actually got from Hobby Lobby for $1.76. Now this entire amount will cover a 14-inch wreath round. These are $1.25 each at the Dollar Tree. These are styrofoam eggs. They are speckled eggs. And I also got this for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. I got the little brushes for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. And of course, this here was not something that I bought recently. This here is some old Waverly paint that I had on hand, and I'm actually going to be painting to make it look a little rusty. This here, Walmart, I think I paid like $3 or $4 for it, but this total here of what actually goes in to the chicken wire egg wreath will be about $7.75 total, because right now Hobby Lobby has this on sale for $1.76, I do believe. The rest of this came from Dollar Tree. I was actually looking for little white signs to put across the front of it that said fresh eggs that had chickens on it, but they didn't have anything like that because of course everybody's buying them up for the Easter holiday. Now I did end up getting this kind of chicken wire at Michael's. And this here, you have to have some snips for, so I ended up purchasing some snips. But this, for this part here, was $8.99. But this will go around several times, and I think I'm going to have to hot glue that to keep it on. And of course, I have the heavy duty snips. All right, and of course, I think I might, if I don't, I might actually put some ribbon on here. I'm not sure. Let me see how it works out, and then we'll go from there. But I did put ribbon on the one I have hanging on my door. This would be the ticking ribbon that they have at, I think I got it at Hobby Lobby, I do believe. And it was $5.99. So anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. And the first thing we're going to do is actually just cut the price tags off of everything. And then we will go ahead and paint our rounds. That takes probably about 10 minutes to dry because I don't put a heavy coat on it. I just want to be able to take the shininess off of the wreath round and then get my hot glue gun out. And then I'm going to put my Spanish moss in. And then after that, we'll put the eggs in, hot glue them in. Tie this together, do 3 ties with jute, and I'll show you how to do that. And then we will wrap it with our chicken wire ribbon, or this chicken wire here that I'm going to have to cut. Then on the back, I'm going to hot glue this here to, it's going to end up looking like so, just like that, because it's going to hang on a door or something like that. So it'll be like that. So I'll hot glue it onto my form, and then we can also use this to hang up at the top here to hang it on the door if you wish. All right, so let's get started. Hey, so I'm back, and I put an old towel down here to protect my table from the paint and all of the other stuff that we're doing with this. So I'm just going to go ahead and just just quickly paint this. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be 100% covered. It just has to be a little of almost like rust, and just to take the shine off of it so it looks like it's old, it's vintage. That's all I'm doing here. You don't even have to do this if you don't want to, but I just find that it looks better when it's wrapped up with the chicken wire, because the chicken wire is a little shiny, so I don't want it really competing with the other color and the other shininess. So it doesn't have to be anything fancy. This is a very thin layer, nothing extravagant. This is a little Dollar Tree brush. It comes in two sizes. There's a small one and a medium one. So I'm just using the medium just to put a little bit on here. If you make these, you can actually sell these. And right now in this area that I'm in currently, you can sell them on Etsy or in on your Facebook Marketplace or eBay. You can sell them for probably about $25 to $45, $50, depending on where you're at and how many different kinds of things you put on it. All right, that one is done. All right, so let's get on to number 2. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate. Just lay the brush down on top of it and just brush away. I went and on our tabletop here, the reason why I'm being so careful with our tabletop is because I just sealed it with the liming wax. This table, we had bought it from a store in Virginia, and it specialized in really unique furniture, and it was an old door from a house, like an old barn door, and we've had it for quite a few years, and just the wear and tear of it on the table, of us eating on it, us cleaning it, me painting on it and getting paint speckles, and I've had to scrub it and get the paint off of it, or any of the other stuff that we end up doing on this table, any kind of crafts or anything. So what happened was I had pretty much rubbed off all of the liming wax that was on here originally. So, and this past weekend I ended up liming our bed, our 4-poster bed, and after I painted it with duck egg blue paint, which is pretty cool. So long story short, I came in and I think about killed Ben with the fumes, because the fumes were pretty strong, and I ended up sealing the table, and it looks so pretty and I don't want to mess it up. So yeah, we had this table long before shabby chic or farmhouse was in style. Yeah, we've had this table for quite a while. It's moved with us through, I think it's 1, 2, 3 or 4 different moves. This table has moved with us. So, all right, so this one here I think is about done here, and I'm going to flip it over now, And I'm going to show you my next step. Okay, so I'm going to close up our Waverly truffle paint, and I'm going to go ahead and take our bag of Spanish moss. Then we'll get ready to put our eggs on. Now we're not using the whole dozen of the eggs. We're going to actually use probably about 10. So I normally, this normally becomes a mess. Make sure you have an old towel down or something down on your counter when you're messing with this, because this thing is just, it just gets so messy with the Spanish moss. And there is a lot of sticks in the Spanish moss, so I just take them out. Get rid of the sticks and the leaves and whatever else that it comes inside of it. So, and usually one of these bags will fill your entire 14-inch, will fill the entire 14-inch wreath round. You can also get different colors for eggs too, and you can get eggs that you can paint. I did that on one of the wreaths, but I found out that the eggs came in a smaller size, and I'll show you what I'm talking about when I get ready. See how that looks now? So you don't have to do anything to this to like glue it down or anything, because once you tie the jute around it and you put the two ends together, they'll stick. And plus your eggs will be ready, already glued, so they won't need to worry about that. Now the only thing with these Dollar Tree eggs is they put glue on them to hold them in. See how that looks? So I'm going to go around it. What I did was light, dark, and that's how I chose to do this, just to give it contrast and color. So I space them a little bit here. I'm just placing them out just so I know how many I need. I know that based on the one that I had did on for my porch, where I put the welcome sign on, it ended up being 10 of these eggs. So, but I'm just spacing them out just to make sure that we have enough. But you see there, they glued it in, so you just peel off that glue from the package. And try not to tear your eggs, because these are styrofoam. And I will show you when I glue them. They do stick really well too, by the way, with the glue. Isn't it cute? It's so cute. And as you see already, this other round here is already almost dry. And it gives it such a nice rusty look, and you're just taking the shine off of the wreath form. You're not doing anything to. All right. I do collect quite a bit of garbage when I do this, so y'all bear with me. I think I can get one more in here. Let's see, 3, 6, 9, 10. I told you it was going to be 10. So I have 2 extra eggs left over. So see how that peels? So just be careful with that. So you're just going to glue that down, and nobody's going to be the wiser. So I'm just going to lay this on top here just to show you how it's going to look when we do this. Let me get that off of there. And that's how it's going to look, and I'm going to tie it with jute and everything. So give me a moment. I'll come back with my hot glue gun. Okay, y'all, so I am back. My glue gun is heating up, and I just wanted to show you. This is the jute that I'm going to be using to tie the two wreath forms together. And I'm going to put that aside, and I've already cut these off screen. So this here will be my, my jute that I will tie around my wreath forms. So I'll show you that step when we get there. So see how simple this is? This is really super simple. I'm going to move this over just a little bit. All right, let me just make sure that we're hot enough here. All right. I'm going to actually stand over here because I'm going to put some hot glue on the back here, because I'm covering this up because this is the one piece that did end up having the little rip in the styrofoam. Still trying to completely melt. I'm just going to lay this down right there. Now when you're doing this also, keep in mind that you may stick to the fabric underneath because it is hot glue and it may want to try to stick. I put a nice little dab on here. I might overdo it, but I want to make sure that it stays. All right. These look like real eggs too, by the way, guys. If they are styrofoam. I got 2 extra glue sticks just in case, because I'm going to show you both of them, but I'm only going to show you assembling one, and then I'm going to show you cutting the chicken wire on the other, because I want to make sure that you know how to do that in case you can't find the chicken wire ribbon. Now if you go to Hobby Lobby, you'll find it. But if you end up going to another craft store like Joann's or Michael's, you may end up with the regular rolls of chicken wire. So that's why I want you to be able to know how to do it. All right. I'm also going to be hot gluing our little farm fresh moo to the back of this wreath. My sign held up really well. I was so disappointed. I really, really, truly wanted to get a one of those chicken farm fresh eggs signs, but I didn't see any. I was just a little sad about that. But you don't have to do this for Easter. You could do this for year round. Put it on your door. I know that one of mine can be up year round. The other one is more festive towards Easter. So are getting towards the end here. Now, isn't this really simple? It's not anything that's gonna take a lot of time away from what you're doing. You can actually do these, you can crank these out in about 15-20 minutes at the max. Like I said, this is what takes the most time, is securing these down. All right. Now here's where it could possibly stick. So that's why I pick it up and move it, just so it doesn't. All right, let's put this down. Make sure all your eggs are inside of your wreath form so it doesn't stick out. The first one is always the most difficult. I try to line up, let me see if I can line it up where the wires are together so you can tie them. Okay, almost. Here we go. Just want to push these back a little. They are really big eggs. They're bigger, a lot bigger than the colored eggs that I had. So, all right, so pick that up and slide it under the bottom one. And I take it and I tie it. And I twist it like this here and then tie it. Now I'm not going to cut them until I get all of them tied and secured. So I do it in 3 sections. So I'm going to go right here and do this one, like right here, tie and twist. Then I can put my knot in, and then I'll trim off my excess jute. And one more. Tie it. It's not going to be completely sealed. I just want it to be, see here? No. So now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to trim these up. And it's okay if some of your Spanish moss sticks out, because it's going to make it look more farmhouse vintage. All right, there you go. All right, now we are going to add our chicken wire ribbon. So this is what it looks like. So put it in the center, pick it up, and I'm going to wrap it around the back. And these first few steps is going to be a little labor intensive. Keep your hand on it and you just wrap it to the next place here, like this, like so. Yeah, you're probably going to have it twisted and turned and everything, but just don't overlap too much, because you want it to fit the entire perimeter of your 14-inch round. All right, there we go. So the next step of where I do the next one and I cut it, I'm going to actually show you how to cut it, and I do have snips. I'm not going to show you the whole process of me building this because you already have this one here. You just need to know how to cut it so you can use either or. The sheet of the chicken wire. Now you can also get chicken wire at Walmart as well for pretty cheap. You can get it at Walmart for, I guess, like $5 and something for a nice piece of chicken wire. Now I ended up paying $8.99 at Michael's yesterday, so I did not want to deal with that yesterday. So you see how it's tucking in everything and tightening it up all the way around? It does a really nice job of doing that. I'm going to scoot this, slide this over just a little bit here. That the cutest. That's super cute. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to find where I want the top to be. And then I'm going to lay this underneath. Or I could lay it on top. It doesn't matter, I guess. We could do this, but I think it covers up so much more. So I was thinking about putting it like that and just put my hot glue on and I'll put a nice bit here so it'll stay. All right. Just putting a little weight on it here. I'll get rid of all these little glue strands here. So I ended up cutting this chicken wire into 3 strips to cover the entire chicken wire egg wreath, and it did very well. And I was able to tuck in the ends into the other, like the little parts of the chicken wire, and it fit perfectly. Okay, y'all, these are the final results of the 2. Life is better on the farm and fresh, farm fresh moo. So that's what they look like. I'm just letting the hot glue and the super glue dry on these, and I ended up putting them on afterwards just to give good reinforcement, and then they'll be able to hang up on the door. So they'll end up hanging up like this. So cute.
I'm Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
And we're 2 Sisters Southern Cooking.
Please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.